Yes, people, what's happening? If you were with us on TIFO just a minute ago, big up yourselves each and every time. Truly appreciate it. And if you haven't, please do come and follow us on TIFO for the match watch-alongs. I had Luke and Jamie with me on the watch-along. Now I have the brothers with me for a match reaction to the game. England have won the game 1-0. How are we feeling, boys? After that performance, the long build up, all the talk about it, thinking, waiting, and then how are we feeling after that?
It's like having sex for the first time, ain't it? You're excited. You're excited, but it's pretty over as shit, ain't it? You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, that's what that England game was like, wasn't it? You're excited for it to happen, and then it's over before you know it. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, big up Comanche saying he waited up till 2:30. So what's that? That's so mad.
Don't do that again. Like, yeah, it's just it's ASMR.
Foden disaster class. Yeah, Foden. Look, I think what a lot of Man City fans and people who like Foden are getting twisted. Nobody's taken away from the fact that he's a special, talented player, but that performance was poor. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no other way to look at it. That was a poor performance. But for some reason, people seem to think that you're saying you think Foden's crap because you're just saying in the game he didn't play well. I mean, there was other players in the game that didn't play well as well. I think England as a whole didn't really look like they were clicking. The left side of the field looked very lopsided. We spoke during the game. I think Foden playing left wing, Trippier playing left back didn't give any natural width. To his credit, though, I think Trippier is definitely in line for man of the match. He was definitely one of England's best players. Bellingham overall was the best player on the pitch, I think, for England and like for the whole game. But Trippier, I think, had a good game, but he doesn't offer natural width when he's playing left back, though. He's not overlapping. He's not getting up the field the way he does when he's at right back. And Foden wasn't offering any width, so it was very lopsided. The game felt very heavily, you know, and plus with Saka being doubled up on, I mean...
Well, I'm going to say it. Foden's a system player, and he has played in multiple positions now for this England team. Right wing, left wing, through the middle. He's never been good. He's never been good. He's great for Man City because he plays in a system that suits him. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Play someone with pace. Now I'm going to put it out there and all this Trent stuff. Let's get out of the way with you. So Trent's playing. He's a right back playing midfield, yeah. So as a midfielder, you know Trent's skill set, right? So he's got a striker that doesn't like to get in behind. So he's got no pace. He likes to drop deep. So the ball over the top is not on. You got Foden, who's apparently playing left wing, but he was next to Harry Kane the whole game. And Saka's being doubled up. So all you got for Trent's skill set is it just got to pass the ball sideways and forwards. That's all you got. Then you got a right back in Kyle Walker that's got skinned every single time Serbia made an attack. But you can't play Trent at right back. It's diabolical. Just play Trent at right back. It's a mess, an absolute mess. Kane needs to come out of the England team. You need to play a left winger with pace who stays wide. And you just need to play a DM next to Rice and let Bellingham do his thing. And you got more balance. Play Trent at right back. It's so easy to do. He's just not got the guts to do it.
Yeah. I mean, do we live in a world, guys, where it's a very, very rare commodity where you get a player who can perform internationally and club level? I mean, we've got some absolute world-class, and I use the rabbit fingers for the sake of the conversation, world-class players like Vinny Jr., who for Real Madrid is absolutely out of this world. And then he puts on a Brazil shirt and he's absolutely the opposite. I mean, maybe like, do we live in a world now where there are too many players who can't transition their club performances over onto the international level?
Jude's the only one who can, by the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I say about Foden being a system player. People are getting angry about it. But Jude has literally played for Birmingham, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, and England. Plays different systems, different ways, and balls out in every single game. I'm yet to see that from Foden in an England top. He's played. He's got 40 caps, something like that. Yet to see it. Yet to see it.
I mean, to his credit, Saka plays well for England. plays
He
well
plays
for
well.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Why can't Foden replicate his club form in the nationals team? I think we're getting a lot of world-class top talent players who just don't seem to be able to transition their form from club football into international football. It's a strange one. It is a strange one.
Because we haven't got a world-class manager. Because we haven't got a good enough manager to find a system that get players to fit. I feel like England have had this thing over the years that we shove all the best players in, even if it doesn't fit. We had it with Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. Try to shoehorn them all in because we couldn't fathom the idea of having one of them on the bench.
No balance
whatsoever. It's like if Foden's not playing centrally or on the right, stick him on the bench. Doesn't mean he's not just because he's on the bench doesn't make him shit. He's still an excellent player, but England bought a left winger in Gordon who sat on the bench. Might as well told Gordon to go home and be with Grealish, Sancho, Rashford. Hey, chill. We're not going to need you now.
I'd literally do it because you can't play 2 10s in international football. You just can't. You can't do it like that. So you've got to, the way Foden and Jude Bellingham want to play are too attack-minded. One of them's got to sit at occasions when the other one goes forward. A bit like Germany the other night. Wirtz would sit, or the other one, I can't remember the other one's name now. He would go and they would, Musiala, and they would, there's more discipline now. I just don't see that. I think with the way England want to play, you got to play a pace and energy in the wide areas. And the problem is, and this is my issue of Harry Kane, he drops deep far too much. So when the wingers have got the ball and they're going in the wide areas, he's not there to be crossed at. So Saka, like you were saying earlier, Saka's just putting he's putting balls into space more than looking for someone because there's no one to look for. There's no one to look for. We've got no, just put Trent at right back, Trippier stays at left back, put Anthony Gordon at left wing, Saka at right wing, and then play Manu if you want next to Declan Rice and Bellingham in the 10. You'll have more balance in your team. And then you've got players like Foden and stuff like that come off the bench and have massive impacts. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And it's like I said earlier, Pinto, Germany play it more disciplined, though. Far more disciplined, where Musiala goes wide a little bit.
Sometimes you've just got to put that player on the bench no matter how good he is.
Yeah.
I remember Italy had that conundrum for so many years when Del Piero and Totti were both the same type of player. And for the most part, they benched Totti. Imagine that. Do you know how many teams would cry to have Totti, and Italy were like, look, it just doesn't work if you both play. And Totti used to sit on the bench a lot. England might just have to put Foden on the bench if this is really going to become an issue. If you want to play Bellingham and Rice in the midfield, and you won't play Foden in midfield as well because you want to play Trent, then I don't rate Gordon, but he's a better left winger than Foden. Because Foden it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And I think Luke said it during the stream. If you're going to play him wide, do what City do and play him on the wide right, because that's where he does seem to be able to play well, not wide left. He doesn't play well wide left. So, I don't know. I find it strange.
Yeah, I agree. And with Foden, for Foden, he didn't look like he knew what he was doing. He looked out of it. Kyle Walker was dog shit today, so bad. They literally walked past him on every single attack. He's so bad today. And he was bad against Iceland as well. He's at fault for the goal. I don't know why he's playing. It's madness. We've got no balance in this team. If England are to win the Euros with the team they got a squad good enough to win the Euros, but they need to find balance. They need to find balance in this team. Otherwise, they're not going to win the Euros. Look, the last 10 minutes of that game, if we're playing a better team, that game finishes 1-1. Just does.
Big facts.
Facts. I mean, Jamie said it at the top of the show as well. It's I mean, and I'll even allude to Silver Spring that some people want to turn a world-class right back into an average midfielder. I don't think he's an average midfielder, Silver Spring, but I get the sentiment of what you're getting at. Like, Just drop Walker, put Trent at right back, play Foden centrally, and have a pivot of Bellingham and Rice. It is the most obvious thing to do.
Yeah, just do that.
And then you play either Gordon or Eze as the wide left player to get a player who's actually got pace that will be more effective playing out on that wide left.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? And I mean, credit to him. Trippier actually had a really good game, so I'm not gonna say anything negative about him. But even if you want to put Trippier at right back instead of Walker and play Gomez at left back, and then maybe even just drop Trent. Like if Trent's got to be dropped, then drop him.
Yeah.
If the balance is, if you're gonna have a better balance to the team, do what you have to do to create the balance. Gomez playing left back and Trippier playing right back and benching Walker and Trent would give a lot more stability balance-wise than what we saw today. If you got to do that, do that. But it just doesn't make any sense for us to have such a lopsided team at the moment. I mean, there were times when I saw Bellingham having to come across over to the left side. Times when I saw Rice having to come over to the left side. You don't want that. You don't want them players doing more running than they need to do to cover because of the lopsidedness of the team. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think sometimes international managers do have this weird bias to players because of how they play for their club? Like, do you think Foden and Walker being City players, exceptional City players, is in his thinking was like, nah, I've got to get them in because they're City players. I don't really care how I do it. I've just got to get them in because they're City players.
I do feel like with England, remember when in 2014 Liverpool came second, and you noticed was it the World Cup 2014 where I think Hodgson tried to shoehorn every single Liverpool player from that season, tried to shove Sturridge, Sterling, Henderson, tried to shove them all in because they played the best football. And I feel like that's happened again by trying to shove Foden, Walker, Stones, like trying to shove them all in the team. When probably dropping one of them would have had a better balance. But it's such an English thing to do, though. We love to shoehorn players in where players can be like, hey, you need to sit it out.
Yeah, I mean, big up Ty says Jude isn't a 10, he's an 8. Foden should be in a 10. I think Jude can play 10, but you're right, Foden's a better 10 than Bellingham. I just play Foden in that advanced 8, should we call it? Because it's not really a 10 in the 4-3-3 system. It's more of an advanced 8. But yeah, that's where Foden should be. You got to get Foden centrally. What is the point in Foden being out wide? And you saw today, Foden looked a little bit like he didn't really know what to do.
Foden looked more lost on the left wing than people said Trent looked lost.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think Trent looked lost. The thing is, here's the thing that I don't like about this agenda that's really starting to pick up when it comes to Trent. People are over-analyzing every and anything Trent does because they want to be right that he shouldn't be in midfield. So they're like just going over, like, I mean, we're gonna, in fact, let's just do it. Let's just start the player ratings. Let's just do it now because we might as well, and then we'll talk about them at the time. So Pickford in goal, I would go 5.5 to a 6. I don't think he was poor. I don't think he was worked that much. Didn't really have much to do.
Just a 6.
Kind of flapped at everything that was. Yeah, 5.5 to a 6 for Pickford. What would you lot say for Pickford?
Yeah, 6. Yeah, he did. He didn't have much to do, did he?
Yeah. Jamie Walker.
5. Thought he was abysmal. Considering the media hyped him up like he's Palio Maldini. Literally, we watched the game. Everyone watched the game. Every single attack, they walked past Walker. He was always out of position, constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give him a 5, man.
I give him a 5.
The only reason I give him a 5 is because he did get forward once or twice and put in one good ball in the whole game. One good ball.
I'll go 5 for Walker. Luke, what are you saying for Walker?
4 is below average.
Fair dues. Stones. What are we saying about Stones?
5.
5 or 6. Yeah,
I'll
Didn't
go
do a
6
lot.
for Stones. Yeah, I'll go
didn't
6
do a
for
lot.
Stones. Gahey.
Struggled out of position quite a lot.
I think he was better than Stones, though.
I thought he was a 7. I thought he was England's best centre half.
Oh, I gave him a 4. I thought he was terrible.
Oh, I'm gonna agree with.
Go back on the game, guys. He was out of position 3 or 4 times, and Rice bailed him out. He was pretty.
I'm gonna go 6.5 though. I'm gonna go 6.5 for Gahey. Yeah, Jamie's being super harsh there, but fair, dude. Fair. Couple people have agreed with you. Couple people aren't. Trippier.
7. I thought he defended really well.
I'm gonna go 7.5 for Trippier. I thought he was good. I thought he was the best defender on the pitch.
I'd go 7. I thought him and Gahey were the same.
Okay. Fair dues,
Yeah,
fair dues. Moving into midfield, Rice.
He was good as well, 7. Yeah, he intercepted everything he needed to do as a DM. He did his job, basically.
I agree with that. I'll go 7 for Rice. I agree with that.
6.5.
We did his job.
I didn't think he was good on the ball. I thought he was more effective off the ball.
Yeah, but that's Rice. That's Rice in his whole career, though, isn't it? He's
yeah. I think international football kind of does shine a bit of a light on. This is why we can't say Declan Rice is like in that best DM conversation, because international football is when your ability on the ball does get shown a bit, and maybe that is where Rice kind of doesn't quite have that ability to do what some of the other world-class DMs around the world have done in the past. So yeah, maybe that is what it is. Right, Trent. I mean, let's talk about him then. First, I'll give the rating. I'll give Trent a 6. That's my rating for Trent today.
Yeah, I'm the same, 6.
I think I'd agree. Yeah, he made one big error where he lost the ball on the edge of the box, like he has done a few times this season for Liverpool. Luckily, in this situation, he wasn't punished. He had a couple of heavy touches. I thought he did all right, considering, like as Jamie said, there was no movement up front. So how is he going to put in the ball over the top when there's literally no movement? When Kane's trying to play next to you instead of being up front, on Foden's trying to tuck into midfield when Saka's getting doubled up on. So I thought he did all right. 6.
I've seen more movement from fat boys at a buffet than that forward line. It was Kane don't move, Foden don't move. Foden wants to come towards the ball because that's how he wants to play, and Kane can't run off the ball because he hasn't got pace. So using Trent in midfield is actually it's pointless, because you know what he wants to do. If he's got no left winger who wants to run, he wants to come towards the ball, and he's got a forward that likes to drop deep and hasn't got the pace to run in behind, then the passing of Trent is useless in midfield. It's useless. But he controlled the game quite well, because you could tell when Trent and Bellingham went off, we lost all control of our midfield. So
yeah,
I'll give him a 6. England should persist with him in midfield.
Persist, like they're just really like, yeah, we'll just see what we can do.
No, Cesc says that England should keep him in midfield.
Yeah, because Cesc knows the talent.
I thought you said Southgate. So.
Yeah, because Cesc knows the talent. That's why.
I mean, here's the crazy thing: the game was screaming out for Watkins. I said it during the watch along with about 15, 20 minutes to go. Just bring on Watkins so he can occupy defenders, stretch the play, give them something to think about. And then the midfielders would have somebody to pass to, like Jamie was saying. There'd be somebody to play the ball in behind, and Harry Kane just stayed on for the whole game, and he just kept dropping deep. And there's just no point in playing ball to chest with Harry Kane, because he's just going to get tackled in, and the ball's going to come back.
Well, if you notice, all the midfielders, Bellingham, Rice, and Trent, they didn't really have an out ball to pass to all game. None of them were known for their passing today. Bellingham was power and pace and getting hold of the ball and keeping it well and then passing it well in the midfield. But if you look at all three of them, no one was breaking the lines or getting the ball over the top that much.
I think in the first half, James Saka was providing that, but he was really quiet in the second half, though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. And that's it. So all this overanalyzing on Trent, if you look at the whole midfield options that we got and the way all the midfielders like to play, they haven't really got that pass in. They've all got that pass, but they can't execute it because Foden's not a left winger and keeps coming narrow towards the ball, and Kane ain't got the pace up top, and he keeps coming too narrow, keep coming too deep. So yeah, it's one that needs sorting.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we've got one on Trent while we're here. Big up Ty. Says Trent has never played in midfield, but starts for England there. Do you realise that everything was shifted because of him? Southgate is a clown.
Southgate's been wanting to try him in midfield for ages. The last international break, when he was injured, he would have played in midfield against Brazil, but he was injured.
This is what I was saying, Sammy. Definitely, one of those two should be playing 100% for
people
pace
that
and width.
Run off the ball and make space and give you an option. We didn't have that today. We had it in the first half with Saka, but then he just got tired, man.
Yeah, I mean, let's move on to the forwards then. Saka, I'm going to go 6.5 to a 7 for Saka. I thought he was good, but he really faded in that second half. He wasn't effective at all in the second half.
First half, I'd say a 7. Second half, like a 4.
6.
Yeah, so around 6.5, 7, I suppose. But I thought Saka was good the first half. He was getting the ball a lot, taking his fullback on, beating him for pace and skill, getting in good balls into the box. But we only ever had like 2 men in the box because of the way we play. We play so deep and so narrow, so no one's ever in the box. So yeah, I'll probably go a 7 for Saka.
I'd go 6.5.
I liked his first half.
He was definitely the better of the front players today, without a doubt. Kane.
3. Dog shit.
3.
Don't know what he done.
Ooh, I'm going to go...
Well, actually, I'm trying to think. He had that one chance.
4.
I'd expect him to score.
4. Yeah, he should have scored that chance as well. But again, it was a good save, so it's like... But yeah, I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4 for Kane.
Let's put it this way. If that was Darwin Núñez today, wouldn't everyone rate it?
Oh, it would have got a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
I'd rather have... Right, I'm going to say something wild right now. I'd rather have Darwin as my striker in this England team. And the reason why, he's got pace, energy, and he's an athlete. He would stretch the opposition constantly. Constantly. Yeah.
You're about to get some heat for that one, James, I tell you.
You can play Kane off him. Play Kane off him as your goal scorer and play 2 up top. You know? That's what I would do.
Don't mind it.
Foden.
I don't know. Was it 1? 1. Terrible.
I'm going to go 2 for Foden.
Terrible, man. 2. Don't know what he did.
I don't think he did anything.
I was going to say nothing. I was going to say 0. I'd go 1. He showed up.
Onto the bench, we had which substitutes? Gallagher.
No Bellingham, no. Have I don't mention on Jude?
Oh shit! Did I miss Bellingham?
Yeah, Jude.
We've got England's man of the match.
Jude was man of the match.
So how the hell did I do that? How did I do that? I'll give Bellingham a 9. I thought he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Got the goal. He was everywhere. The shithousing, the bullying the opposition, tackling, making runs. Yeah, I'll go 9. Jude was brilliant today.
Yeah, I'm going to say something else. I think this England team could have had done with a Marcus Rashford as well.
I said this.
Marcus Rashford on the left wing with that pace in behind. This is when everyone's saying about what I'm talking about with the Darwin thing. I'm not talking about Darwin being the main goal scorer. I'm talking about someone like that has pace and athleticism and runnings behind. What player runs in behind for England? No one. Saka don't really run in behind. He starts running when he's got the ball. Who runs in behind for England? Someone tell me.
That's why the game was screaming for Watkins, man.
Yeah. No one runs in behind. That's why Gordon should have come on. Someone who can run in behind. You know, I don't like Rashford. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a great footballer and all that. But we haven't got anyone like that who can make space and run in behind on that left-hand side. You know, you got Anthony Gordon, but I just don't think he's going to play him. Foden comes to the ball.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
It's about balance, guys. It's not always about playing your top 11 players.
Go home, mate. Okay, because you're not touching this pitch. This Euros.
Yeah. Big up, coach. Big up my brother, coach. Said no real dribbling today. It's true. There wasn't anybody apart from Bellingham. I think Bellingham was the only one that would. Nah, to be fair, Saka in the first half was doing it. Saka was doing it in the first half.
Ten Hag is cooking Southgate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the vision of the manager. England will take a 1-0 lead, and then he starts gambling, making his team compact, relying on moments for the remaining minutes of the game.
Look, Germany and Spain,
like
Germany, especially in Spain, they got one goal. They didn't sit back and defend a 1-0 lead. They went on the end. They were killers. Nah, I don't like what I saw today. I don't know what Palmer did wrong. I don't know what Eze's done wrong.
Yeah, I can't believe neither of them two got any game time today. That is ridiculous.
Especially Palmer, finished second goal scorer in the Premier League.
I don't get how neither of those two saw any pitch today. So Gallagher, I give Gallagher 5. I'll just give Gallagher 5.
4.
I did understand the substitution. You know, our midfield 3 guys at the end of that game was Gallagher, Manu, and Rice. And you wonder why Serbia started to have chances in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's mad.
Just think, guys, when Trent went off, we lost all control of the game. I think it says a lot.
Conversations with people.
I think it says a lot.
Yeah. Manu. 5 again. Just wasn't on the pitch that long.
It's like putting your name on your exam, you get a half a pass, don't you? It's basically that, ain't it?
Flex.
Bowen. Probably give Bowen a 6. I think he got involved a bit more. Helped
Great
defend.
ball for Kane for him to miss.
And that was it. I think that was it, isn't it? Those are the only 3 subs.
It was mad that Bowen came on over Palmer. I think that tells you a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Palmer.
So I would have played Bowen through the middle for Kane. I would take Kane off Bowen on because that's where he's been playing as a number 9 for West Ham.
That's a shout, actually.
He hasn't been playing on the wing. He's been playing up front.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That could be a shout, actually. But yeah, I mean, those stats are everything they need to do. But you know what? They got the win, though. At least they got the win because, at the end of the day, you do need... Starting the tournament slowly is not a problem if you get the points. If you don't get the points, then it's a problem. But if you get the points, I'm all right with it. Let's see how they play against Denmark in the next...
If we play like that, we lose to Denmark.
Yeah, I see where you come. The only thing that might help England is Denmark don't have a goal scorer either. No,
I think that I just want, like you guys said, I think someone's got to be dropped to make the balance better. If you just go put, I don't think Walker has done enough in the last few England internationals to actually play right back, in my opinion. He was at fault for the Iceland goal. He was terrible today. If you want Foden and Bellingham in the same team, Bellingham's going to have to play the 8 in a double pivot along Rice, and you're going to have to play Foden in the 10. And then let's see the real Foden. If that's his position. I'd actually prefer to play Foden the deeper of the 2, but play Foden in the double pivot. But if you want to do that, I just think if you play Foden and Bellingham centrally, I think they're going to get in each other's way.
Possibly.
Well, the thing is, Foden has played that type of system, but he's had De Bruyne next to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So he can do it. So it's not Southgate.
That's why it's different with international level, because you play with better players from other nations in your club. Yeah, that's why it's different, man. That's why it's harder.
Couple supers before we wrap up. Jay, I mean, you just said this before we came on, Luke, didn't you? Cavastalia has announced he wants to leave Napoli.
Good, let him go.
I don't know after the season that he's had. I think at that young age, there's obviously a reason to have a poor season, but at the same time, maybe it's just it was a one season wonder. We don't know, innit? That's the risk now.
Him and Osherman had one good season.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. Ty says issue is Jude was everywhere, but he's meant to be the 10. Yeah, I hear that. Like he was running all over the place, and it was probably making it a bit harder to link up with Kane as well. But he was trying to use in-game intelligence and like do things that he could see.
I'm gonna have to shoot off now because I've got to get up early tomorrow. But
yeah, no problem, bro.
Chat, make sure to hit the like button, everyone, and I'll speak to you at some point tomorrow.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro. Big up yourself. Himanshu with the last super of the day says arrange these in their prime. Totti, Del Piero, Baggio.
Well, Baggio's number one.
I would probably do the order it's in. I'd go Baggio 1, Del Piero 2, Totti last.
I love Roberto Baggio. He's my guy, man.
Yeah. I actually think Roberto Baggio was one of the most slept on world great superstars. Like people forget just how good Roberto Baggio was. Yeah. Like he was real special, man.
Yeah, man was special. I love Del Piero as well when he burst on the scene at Juventus. Yeah,
Del Piero used to hit the best penalties you've ever seen. Just top corner every time. Just bang, bang, bang.
And I respect Totti for being a one club man as well.
Yeah, but all three of them are special talents regardless. Yeah. Just before we go, Coach is asking, watching Holland felt a little bit like Liverpool today. What did you think? There was a moment in the game when I actually said it to myself, and then someone in the chat said it. They were like, this feels like watching Liverpool. And I was like, do you know what? I was actually going to say it.
They're exciting to watch. They look like Klopp's Liverpool, don't they? They're exciting to watch. They're good on the ball, but off the ball, they're a bit of a disaster.
And there was even moments where they were all walking, and it was like that was us this season. The movement. Why is no one moving? Why is everyone just like standing around?
But Van Dijk and Cody Gakpo standing out. You know
and do you want to know what's crazy? If De Jong, Koopmeiners, and there's one other player of all missed out on the tournament through injury. If they were all fit, I think Holland will be a dark horse. They've got a very good squad, you know.
Yeah, that midfield's not good enough, is it?
Nah. If Koopmeiners and De Jong was in there, I would look at it and go, you know what?
They missed a lot of sitters as well.
A little money on Holland might not be a bad miss.
They need a better finisher because they missed a lot of sitters, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you're playing the false nine as well. Yeah. Because as much as Depay is a good player, he's just not a natural. I think that's how Weghorst got his goal. Weghorst got his goal because he anticipated like a real striker does that the ball could be rebounding. Depay wouldn't have made that. Depay would have just been standing around.
I wouldn't have been in that area, would he?
Yeah.
I don't know if Depay's good enough to wear that headband, you know. I don't know if he's good.
No, as a footballer, I think he's brilliant. But like, obviously, you got to have some output as well. So, yeah. But you know what? There you have it, people. Nice, quick, brief England versus Serbia reaction. For those who came and watch along on TIFO, big up yourselves as always. As I said, make sure you're there for the next one. I'm trying to think what game will I be doing tomorrow. Bear with me. And we're also trying to figure out what the best time will be for the Monday night show as well, which we would definitely be doing, guys. But we're just trying to figure out times because obviously with these games being on and stuff, we got to figure out timing. Tomorrow will most likely be the Austria-France game that I will do, which is at 8 when we would normally be getting ready to go live. So I think I'll be doing the France game tomorrow over on TIFO, guys.
I'll be a game, yeah. Be there for that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then obviously stay tuned to the socials as well, and we'll let you guys know what we're going to be doing about the Monday night show as well. But yeah, James, love as always, brother, for jumping on and watch along in the match reaction. People, all the super chatters, big up yourselves each and every time, guys. Appreciate you all the time. Jav, I am going to sleep crazy tonight. I nearly fell asleep during the watch along. There was a moment where I could feel myself, you know, like when you're on a bus on the way home from work and you feel yourself going and you got to like wake yourself up. I felt like that during the watch along. I am going to hit the set.
Premier League fixtures are out on Tuesday as well.
Oh, maybe we could move the show. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That'll be interesting. But yeah, people, big up yourselves. Love as always. And we will catch you on the other side. Peace.